Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Maumita, and I share here all things as I learn and experience, all things human. So today, let's talk about a few must-have pointers in your survey that can be too simple, yes, interesting, and can be a game changer. So over the years, I have had the opportunity to work on quite a lot of surveys, and these are the pointers that you definitely need to include. So point one, think and understand, and then plan and execute each step, like literally each step, even before choosing the survey as a method, to how to analyze and interpret the data correctly and then communicate it effectively, like literally. In the first place, is the survey the right method that you're choosing? What kind of data do you want? What do you want to understand? Can there be any other research method better than survey, or more effective in this particular scenario? And can there be any other analysis method that you would require that you'll understand as you go? So any research can have different scopes. So starting would be broader. Maybe you want to understand the entire topic, and then you pick up some usable data and you get narrower. You pick that topic and you move forward. So the scope can be very different. So uh, analyze that, understand that. Next is what is the exact kind of user group, maybe, or group of users. So sometimes you group A and group B and you want to compare, maybe that is your scope. So you need to understand that a little. Now in the starting you would not have the entire whole in your mind, of course, but uh, like 70-80% of idea would be good enough to at least start. Then obviously it will keep on polishing, it will keep on changing as you understand the topic actually. So yes, how many participants do you actually need? When to exactly stop your research? So maybe you'll stop it too early, and maybe there was a possibility of uncovering something more important, interesting. Or maybe you take a lot of time, waste a lot of resources, and then end up repeating the same thing. So there always comes a saturation point where you need to stop. So you need to understand that while you're researching. How effectively to frame your design and research questions. This is the, like after you've decided that, okay, survey is the thing, you need to take time and frame your questions properly. So there is lot of risk that, the data you get is, maybe you won't be able to even use it further. So effectively framing and designing your research question actually helps eliminate a lot of factors that could have affected your data otherwise. So yes, then how to frame questions in a way that will reduce the junk data. So for example, open-ended versus close-ended. What kind of which question needs which kind of input field? Then what kind of questions do you need exactly based on your research phase? It gets wide to narrow, different phases. Then what kind of questions do you need later to analyze? Now there are two things to it. So even if you get the data, now maybe you have to divide it according to, like group A with, under age to 18 thinks this, versus group B above age 18 thinks this. So you need to collect the age also from them. So age, the location, maybe business, or what is the professional level, role, a lot of things. Then what are the options that you're given to choose from? So for example, if you're giving, do you like this product? Yes, absolutely yes. Oh my god, hell yes. There's no no, so you won't get the no. And if it is compulsory and they don't like it, so the questions are different. Is your form too long, distracting at any point, or maybe, you know chances of misinterpreting your question, like you want to know something and they answer something else, they understand something else. So these can really affect your data, and consider you are conducting it for a week and then later realize that I can't use it. That's sad. So how long should you also conduct, to avoid missing out on data if it's too quickly, if you're ending it, or wasting a lot of time and then figuring out the same thing. So that is something. Then how do you plan to conduct it? Would you use forms? Would you use telephonic interviews? I mean, telephonic survey. What is the medium? So how would you effectively run your survey? In each case, it differs, right? So the medium or the environment in which you want to find or maybe conduct your research, you have to plan that well. How to exactly analyze, measure, quantify, decode the data, basically, to get usable and accurately juicy results. For example, what analytics and statistics methods or tools maybe you would use? Would you need here or later? What stage? Are you sure that maybe you're unbiased while you're analyzing and conducting? So maybe you're biased on something and you interpret the data also differently. So that is something. How do you analyze it correctly? That again a separate thing. That what analysis methods are you using? Why exactly you are using? And how to make sure that you are not biased at any step. And lastly would be how to communicate effectively. Now trust me, this is also something that sounds very simple, but take care of this and it can be a big game changer, seriously. So how do you effectively communicate? Do you use statistics? How do you present? How do you make sure what you want to convey is actually conveyed in a proper way and not misinterpreted there, right? What data would you require to show when, again? So each step needs attention, and problem in one can create, a very huge problem. So that you need to understand. Now understand that the survey is one of the research methods which is really highly versatile and impactful research method, so that you use to gather data and understand a certain topic. So now what kind of data would you get from a survey? Number one, if you want attitudinal data, like what user thinks, okay, and what user feels, but not how they behave. So in the survey, you won't get how they behave, but you'll get how they think, how they feel. So attitudinal data, if you want. Number two, quantitative data, qualitative data, or mixed method. So you can use, for quantitative data, you can use how much, how many ratings, maybe what percentage of people prefer something. Or qualitative data, say open-ended descriptive questions, or mixed, that is in a form you use both. So these kind of data. And a thing to notice that these are self-reported data, so users themselves enter the data. The sample size can be as huge as you need, so plan the deadline, target number, the target group, the participants, a little, have a little rough idea. So, but okay, you don't need to worry about your data being 100% perfect, because the main thing is, so see, you need to understand that it is usually like you understand something new in each research, and then you take some of the usable data that you need to move ahead with. You move ahead with it, you get narrower and narrower, and then you understand the problems, you adapt to it. That is important. So maybe in research one, you have found some fault in maybe the way you you conducted it, right? So later you rectify it according to whatever is your environment. That is important. And always remember that research is about questioning, wondering, rightly understanding and rightly conveying. So ask questions like why, where, how, at every stage, wherever you want to get deeper, ask these questions. And not just to the group of participants or the situation, but also to yourself. Why are you been doing this? What do you want to understand from this? And so on. So that's it, to keep it sweet and simple. These are the points that sound simple, but if you consider it at each step, the error rate really gets low. ensuring better effective surveys that I've understood over the years. Otherwise, I used to get, sometimes I got the responses as, like, I remember. So there was a question, I guess I asked, what, what's the option, like, would you choose option A or B or other, and, enter your data? And they say orange sus. Am I going to choose this data as usable data? So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Today's video was a checklist of points and important questions that you should have on your mind while you're doing survey methodology. This is so crucial for an effective survey. Each of these points we discussed today needs a deeper discussion, and there's so much more to research and with further and further learnings. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.